spectacular.
Toby, just to let you know, your hair looks great right
Toby,
now.
your haircut looks amazing.
Aaron's awesome. Come on. No, just kidding. You know what?
I'm fine.
Actually, Matthew, Doug and I are looking forward to this, so let's just get the show on the road.
You think that's all it is?
Aaron. I met Aaron about a little over a year ago. I had the opportunity to partner with Santa Cruz Works, the University of California, at Santa Cruz to put on the host of Entrepreneur Life, a symposium series. It was a 4-week program, and after the first symposium, Aaron kind of came up to me. He was a little bit lost, and come to find out he actually was world United States high school champion in mountain biking. He had got injured and kind of backdoored his career. He said he was working a lot, and it was just an amazing connection that I had with him at that point in time. And the whole focus of Entrepreneur Life was really all about inspiring creativity for greater good. And the whole point of the symposium series is not to tell you what to do, it's hopefully to inspire you to go on to do great things. And I could tell that this message really connected with him. From that point on, he got focused in his studies, his business career, focused on entrepreneurship, went on to take some classes at Berkeley. He now runs the entire entrepreneurship program at UC Santa Cruz. He's meeting with the chancellor next week. Completely got his life turbocharged. On top of that, I had the opportunity to take this message to Stanford University. I needed some help putting a video together, and Aaron built the entire video. So we have time at the end of the day. It'd be great to show that, but he's just an amazing, amazing individual. I think he's our youngest Titan as well. And I think the best way to describe Aaron is an old Zen story. There was a Zen master, and a professor wanted to meet with him and learn about Zen. So the professor came in to meet with the Zen master, and Zen master welcomed him in, and the professor went on to talk about his life. And he talked, and he talked, and he talked. While he was talking, the Zen master got up, had 2 cups of tea. He poured himself a cup of tea, and then he began to pour the professor's cup of tea. And he kept pouring and pouring and pouring, and the cup began to overflow. This went on for a couple minutes. And finally, the professor said, hey man, what are you doing? That cup is overflowing. And the Zen master said, yes, you are like the cup. You are full and overflowing with opinions. How am I ever going to teach you Zen with a full cup? And when I met Aaron, he was an empty cup. And my wish is that you continue to lead your life as an empty cup. Congratulations, Aaron.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And thank you, Doug, for just choosing 3 of the cheesiest photos I ever had. So I appreciate it. So to be very honest, when Doug first came to me and said, hey, I want to nominate you to be Titans in Tech this year, I was like, no, are you out of your mind nominating this 20-year-old kid from college? I mean, just look at this list of people here. I probably have 1/50th of the working experience and 1/50th of the white hair as well. But then I took a step back and I realized that this award, it isn't about myself or my individual accomplishments. The opportunity for me to stand in front of you tonight and do many other things I never thought I would do is about a mindset. Like Toby said, it's about a growth mindset and a belief that we can all create opportunities for ourselves and build something that's valuable for the community. So I met Toby over a year ago, and he introduced me to the world of entrepreneurship. So when I went up and I introduced myself to him for the first time, I said to him, I'm just a freshman in college, I don't really know what I'm passionate about, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And what then he said to me, and I remember this for the rest of my life, was just go out there and challenge yourself and do a bunch of new things, and then be a sponge and soak up as much knowledge as you can. And just remember that the journey is the reward. So I took that pretty literally. I started to drive over the hill to Stanford twice a week to audit Toby's class, The Spirit of Entrepreneurship. The rest of 5 days a week, I would go out after class, I would drive over to San Jose, and then I would find every single workshop and networking events I could find. And I learned a lot during that period of time. And one thing that I realized was how critical it is for my generation to be disruptive and to be innovative. A few friends of mine at the time challenged me, they said to me that, hey, higher education is broken. And I said to them, it's not broken, it's just being inflated. Because the studies show that over the next 30 years, we would have more students around the world going through undergraduate, going through higher education than we have in the past 500 years combined. And at the same time, that traditional jobs that doesn't take a lot of creativity are being taken over by AI, by complex computer algorithms. So now more than ever, it takes us to think outside the box and to challenge the status quo. And I believe that higher education ought to adapt and pivot towards technology, but students play just as important of a role as anybody else in this transition. And so that's why I started SCEE. It stood for Student Creativity and Entrepreneurial Empowerment, because I want to bring what inspired me out there, from the Silicon Valley, from the Santa Cruz New Tech Meetup, from Stanford, to my fellow students at UCSC. And I want to build a diverse community of student entrepreneurs with mentors to support and inspire and guide them, and with funding opportunities to take them off the ground. So over the past year, we've seen a couple hundred students at UCSC who came through our workshops. We've sent 31 teams to the Big Ideas Contest, which is one of the largest innovation contests in the nation. And that number is higher than any other university in this state aside from Berkeley. So, and then we also nominated 2 more teams to present at CES, which is coming up. So, and then we're just getting started. We're just a year in, and we're just getting started, and we need your help. So a little over a year after I started my journey, I'm standing in front of you tonight, and then I have to say that my team and I are starting a grassroots movement here at UCSC, that we're shifting the paradigm of innovative thinking, and that we're supporting or nurturing new and big ideas coming out of UCSC. And as for myself, I'm still a sponge. I still have a lot to learn, a lot to experience. But I just want to say that for those young people in the crowd, just remember that don't let youth and lack of experience stop you from pursuing your goals. Because you just need to get out there and learn and experiment and fail fast. And to me, that is the essence of entrepreneurship. So thank you.